Hello and welcome to 9-inch Charge. Today we're going to have a look at all of the universal artifacts of power given to us in the core rules for Warhammer Age of Sigmar and see if they're worth taking, what we think of them, and how they can best be utilised to give you the edge in battle. Just before we start, I want to give a shout out to our Christmas charity raffle. Now we're doing a video every single day up to and including Christmas Day in support of this. So please check it out in the link below. Entries start at £5 and you can win one of our fantastic prizes, including a start collecting box of your choice, the complete rule set for the adventure skirmish game Burning Sands, some beautifully sculpted models from Shieldwolf miniatures, or a spot to join us on a hangout on this very channel. All proceeds are going to the New Sibling School, which is a special school that helps children with disabilities. They do an absolutely fantastic job and they're looking to raise money to help them buy some eye gaze technology which helps children with locked-in diagnosis be able to communicate with the outside world, reclaim their lives and just join in. It's a really worthy cause, so please check out the link in the description and check that out. Okay, so we're going to look at these in the order that they're presented in the core rules, and the first universal artifact of power is the Amulet of Destiny. This amulet subtly influences the fate of the one who bears it. The bearer has a 5+ ward save. Absolutely phenomenal. Better than any of the artifacts that I take from my own army book, if I'm honest. Really brilliant on something that's already quite tough, so if you've got something with a 3+ save, you know, obviously you can use all out defense to make that a 2+, and then giving it that 5+ ward save afterwards is really fantastic. So make sure to use it on your big monsters. It's really good on smaller characters as well. If you've got a wizard that you want to protect, or a unit that's particularly key that has a certain spell or a certain prayer that you want to keep alive, it's great on them as well. It reminds me of the Ethereal Amulet in many ways, but there are also many ways in which it is better than the Ethereal Amulet because you get another save. You know, you're not just keeping your current save as is, you get to have your armor save and then you get to have your ward save. So yeah, I really rate this one, and you see it a lot, to be honest, and you just can't blame people for taking it. Next up we have a vial of Manticore Venom. This potent venom can be applied to a weapon's edge, rendering it even deadlier. Pick one of the bearer's melee weapons and add one to wound rolls for attacks made with that weapon. On the surface, this is by no means as good as the Amulet of Destiny. However, I think it does have a place in Age of Sigmar 3rd edition because it increases your ability to be able to wound. Now, we all know that with all-out attack in this new edition, you get +1 to your hit rolls. And there are very few ways to actually get +1 to your wound rolls. So this is something that could stack quite nicely with all-out attack. And then for a command point and with this item, you'll get +1 to hit and wound with the character that bears this artifact. So if there is a weapon that you really want to get through, it is quite handy. It can make your hero into a beat stick. I don't think it's the first item that you're going to take, but if you're able to take more than one in your army, it might be a good backup choice. Next is the Arcane Tome. The pages of this ancient grimoire grant the bearer arcane power. The bearer becomes a wizard that knows the Arcane Bolt and Mystic Shield spells. They can attempt to cast one spell in your hero phase and attempt to unbind one spell in the enemy hero phase. If the bearer is already a wizard, they can attempt to cast one additional spell instead. I really like this item and I actually take this really regularly in my games. I don't actually have a very magic heavy army and I don't really want to invest that many points into the magic phase and bring along mages, and for no additional cost in points I can make a hero a wizard. And what's great about this is you can put it on quite a hardy unit and have a really tough mage, and also unlike other abilities that you may have seen in certain battle tomes that allow you to cast a spell in the same manner as a wizard, this actually gives your character the wizard keyword. So then it opens up all the options for the spells that you have in your army, faction or sub-faction. Also opens up the chance of a dispel, so it's really great. To be honest, I like to take this on my Frostheart Phoenix. The reason for that is that the Frostheart Phoenix as a unit is attuned to magic, so when a spell is cast near them, they get an additional bonus to their save. So it seems like a no-brainer. And also, they have FAQ'd the spell Flaming Weapon, which is one of the universal spells, and you are able to use this to augment the attacks of your mount. So if your mount has got better attacks, so for example my Frostheart Phoenix starts with 8 attacks that are damage 2, all of a sudden I can have 8 attacks that are damage 3 and increase my save. So I really rate the Arcane Tome, and as I said, I think it's great if you combine it with Flaming Weapon and you take it on something that has a fearsome mount. Great item, and probably the item I take the most out of all of these universal artifacts. I honestly don't leave home without it because it's a mage for no points. And the last artifact of power, and usually I say last and by no means least, but I think this might be the least, is the Seed of Rebirth. This seed-shaped gem hails from Gairan, the Realm of Life. You can re-roll heroic recovery rolls for the bearer. Now, to pass a heroic recovery roll, you need to pass a leadership test by rolling your leadership or under on 2 dice. So this item is pretty good if you think that you're going to fail that and you'll need to re-roll it. However, this model is your leader, so surely they should have good leadership. Just take leaders with good leadership is what I'm trying to say to you. I don't know where this kind of fits in. If you have a very cowardly leader of your army, then it may be useful and give them a few wounds back. But to be honest, would you rather be able to re-roll that dice or always have a 5+ ward save? So it doesn't really add up to me. I don't quite know where this fits in. If you guys know where this fits in, leave a comment and let me know if it's done any good for you, but I can't see myself taking it. It's definitely not my first choice. Alright, so that is all the universal artifacts of power discussed. Please let me know in the comments what you think of them, if there are any that you take. Obviously, as I said, I really rate the Amulet of Destiny and I really rate the Arcane Tome. Let me know what successes you've had with these items. Leave a comment. Be sure to check out the charity raffle because it is for a really great cause. And I will catch you next time. And of course, I'm wishing you all a very Merry Christmas.